My name's Vivian. What's your name?
My name is, you want me to do the mic?
Yeah.
My name is Bret Cosgrove. I'm a police corporal with the city of Carlsbad.
What's your dog's name?
My dog's name is Axel.
How did you name Axel?
That is a great question. He was originally named Nico, but we had already had a dog named Nico at the department, so they asked me to change the dog's name to something else, and I just came up with Axel kind of on the fly. It sounded like a good dog's name.
Has Axel ever saved anyone?
That's a great question, and it's kind of hard to answer because there's a lot of time that Axel's been used, and just by his presence, by him being there, some bad people have given up so that police officers didn't have to put themselves in danger just by him barking and by me making the announcements that you guys heard outside where I'm basically letting everybody know that he's there and we're going to send him to find them. They've given up. So I don't know if he's saved anybody, but he's definitely prevented officers from being put in dangerous situations.
That's very interesting. Where does Axel sleep?
So Axel lives with me at my house. He has a kennel and he's got his own area we built him like a side yard where he's fenced in. He's got like a little house and that's where he sleeps.
How long has Axel been a cop?
So Axel has been a cop for, it'll be 2 years in February. So about a year and a half, year and maybe 8 months.
How long has Axel been a police dog?
Oh. Just ask that question. There you
Ditto. About the same amount, yeah, about 2 years. So he goes through, when I first got him, he did maybe, it was 5 or 6 weeks of training with him. And then after that 5 or 6 weeks, he gets put onto the street, we call putting on the street, where then he starts doing police duties. So he's been doing that about the same amount of time.
Has Axel ever pumped in the police car?
go.
Unfortunately, yes, he has. And it is not a fun experience. It's happened twice. Both of them were because I changed his diet. So it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault.
Lucky. Can Axel swim?
Yes, Axel can swim, and we actually train him to go into the water and get people if he ever needs to do that.
What do you like most about your job?
I like actually hanging out with Axel. It's part of the family. I get paid to hang out with a dog all day long. I mean, how can you beat that? So it's a great deal, and he's a lot of fun, and he's got a lot of energy, so he keeps me on my toes. But it's a fun job. So hanging out with him is probably the best part of the job.
Does Axel do any tricks?
Tricks. Well, kind of. I mean, he finds people. He finds objects that people left behind. He's working and training to find drugs, illegal drugs, and he's actually able to trail, which is basically if someone runs away from us and we don't know where he went, we can send Axel and he'll be able to smell the direction the person went, and if he's hiding somewhere, kind of
Wow.
guide us to him. So I don't know. I guess those are pretty cool tricks for a dog.
How do you train Axel?
So once a week we work with a trainer. After he goes to the academy, we do weekly training with a professional dog trainer. And then during our shift, I basically work on things that I think Axel could use extra help on, or even stuff that he does does well on a regular basis. Just because he's like, kind of like, you know, animals forget that they constantly need work. So basically during my normal shift, I'll train with them, and some officers will help me do that on our shift, and then we do go to the professional trainer as well.
Do you have any advice for me if I want to become a canine cop?
Yes, I would say to be a cop these days, you got to do well in school, so stay in school. A lot of places, it's really preferred that you have a college education. So after you get done with school, go to college, and then after you get done with that, start applying to different places and maybe do ride-alongs and stuff like that. And make sure you like just being a police officer first, because most places you got to be a cop first for a little bit before you can be a canine handler. And if you like doing that and you think you can do those jobs and like doing that, then start working on being a dog handler. Usually most officers will go out and they'll start training with the canine unit first, and they'll do agitation work. And that's what you saw Jason doing earlier, putting the sleeve on and learning kind of how the dogs work from that perspective first. And then once you kind of get good at that, then you can usually apply to get a police dog. And then you'll have a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.